something interesting happened down in that subway. Everybody had their clothing over their noses, filtering out. Well, my tie didn't exactly work very well for it, but filtering out some substance, and somebody standing there coughing their lungs out. I wasn't sure what it was. I thought that they were saying, I thought that they had their hands over their noses in order not to you put this in a way which it can't really be seen. But this character here, coming out of the metro, turns out that he must have been squirted with something, because that's rather an enclosed space to be doing it in. And I started coughing as I walked by as well. I can still feel some kind of peppery sort of thing, and that guy went on the floor even, and he was, I don't know, he wasn't in a very good way. I don't know where he's disappeared to now. So I think he was just being aggressive, and she let one off on him with pepper spray. So that's what must have happened. Disappeared into thin air anyway. Today up came this wire and these interesting, there's quite a few extra ones that have been printed that weren't used. They're just there in case anybody wants to take them home and scribble on them for their kids. Внимание автовладельцев. Вниманию автовладельцев, to the attention, for the attention of car owners. From the 22nd of the 8th, 2013, from 9 o'clock, there will be the ремонт фасада дома. Срочно уберите свой автомобиль на 15 метров от фасада дома, 120 по проспекте Мира. So from number 220 of Prospect Mir, which is this, Peace Prospect, you have to make sure it's 15 meters away. Otherwise, в противном случае ваш автомобиль будет эвакуирован. So your car will be evacuated if you don't take it by tomorrow morning more than 15 meters away from here, because they're going to redo the facade of the building. It's interesting. They're just going to evacuate the cars that don't get moved at today's notice for 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. A lot of these people will already be parked for the night. They're going to come along at 9 o'clock and start evacuating the cars, by which I assume they mean they're going to take them off somewhere, rather than run the risk of having somebody saying to them, hey, you've damaged my car by falling bits and pieces off the house. But basically you can tell that the bits and pieces are falling off the house, because you've got this network still there to try and catch the odd ones, but I'm sure it doesn't catch all of them, because a gust of wind could take it outside. This person's won't be very happy that he has to move his car by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I think. He's going to find that a bit of a challenge. Maybe it doesn't matter if he does get something fall right, since it's wrecked anyway. There's Tanuki, it's a Japanese restaurant. All the actual Japanese people there, such as a guy in the Bushido outfit on the door. They're, as you can imagine, not real Japanese. Incidentally, that ribbon, which you see all over the place, that little orange and black ribbon, is to do with the war and Peace Day in May. Something I found out along the way. I thought it was football at first, because I saw it all over the place. Now it's further from May, so there's less of it. but still there are some around the place. Yeah, now been pretty much 6 weeks in Moscow. If you put them all together, I've been doing this job now for over 9 weeks, but I've done 6 weeks of them actually in Moscow, so that's been okay. So far I'm getting pretty much more acclimatized than I was at the beginning, getting much more used to the shape of things. Somebody should really do a study on how long it takes to get used to a new job and a new location and what factors prevail on it. And because I do notice that even 4 years ago when I started working in the Czech Republic, the first few weeks I thought, well, am I going to get used to some of these things? And then afterwards it was, by the time I'd been there 4 years and coming away, I thought, well, this is no good, I'm going to miss it. They should really do some tests on how long it takes to get used to things and actually get to like them when you didn't necessarily like them at first glance, or didn't feel comfortable at any rate with them at first glance. They didn't feel like places that you felt you belonged in, even though I know this area from 10 years earlier. Anything feels different when you do everything in a car. When you do everything in a car, you're kind of hovering several feet off the ground, and you're not really part of what's going on in the way that you are when you're on foot or even on a bike. On a bike you've got the ability to get right up close with what's going on, but you've also got the ability to go faster, get out of things faster, go from place to place faster. Next year I might consider that. After the winter's over, I might consider actually bringing a bike into the mix, a push bike into the mix here. That might be helpful. But as it is, it's pretty good to actually I went past the trolley bus stop. I just want to take the trolley bus today because I need to get back a bit quicker. I did English club at work, and after English club I just want to get back quicker. Looks like there's one coming here now. That's a trolley bus. Is that one of my trolley buses? What's the number? 48? No, I don't want number 48. Panic over. Anyway, the battery's also going flat, so I'll stop.